Hey guys, Coach Seán here, and today we're going to be talking about January diets. So when you're online looking at nutrition and fad diets and stuff like that, you might hear the phrase the law of thermodynamics a lot, and that basically means that all calories consumed will either be burned or stored as fat. So the idea being with a lot of fitness coaches is that they'll put you in calorific deficit, and that way you will lose weight. They may have a point and it may be true, but I feel that for the everyday person, having X amount of calories in the long run is just going to lead to too much stress. You're having X amount of food, you're counting calories all the time on every single thing you eat and drink, because people forget there's a lot of calories in drink as well. So you're counting absolutely everything you consume. I just don't think it's a realistic long-term thing that absolutely everything you eat, you will have that notebook with you and write down, okay, this is the amount of calories I'm using. The other problem with counting calories is that, all calories are not created equally. If I told you I had a meal that was 600 calories, you've no idea of the lack of or the nutritional benefits in that meal. 600 calories could easily be a couple of liters of Coke. It could be a healthy salad. It could be your 600 calories as well. So 600 calories just as a figure for a meal doesn't really tell the full story of what you're consuming. I do think if you're counting calories for a specific period, 3, 4, 5 weeks leading up to an event, yeah, that could work. But it's all about, for me, it's all about sustaining that long term. What's your long term goal? So whatever I do, is there long term sustainability on it? I'm gonna have carbs in the future, I know that, but I know that most of my meals could easily be low carb, and I'm okay with that because that actually suits my diet. But it's all about finding for you what suits your diet. What kind of foods do you like to eat? Don't put yourself on a diet where all the foods on it you absolutely despise, because you're not going to stick it out. So there's different diets out there that people go on to help them if their goal is fat loss. For myself, I like using a low carb diet. That's not to say it's the best diet to use. It suits me because I can have a lot of protein and a lot of veg in my meals, and I'm content after. I'm not left starving, and it helps me achieve the desirable results that I want. You'll probably see there's a post I put up last week on Facebook where there was, I can't even remember what food I had, but I remember like nearly half the plate was covered in broccoli, and there was one or two comments like, damn, that's a lot of broccoli, fair play. But to me, I end up just cooking a load of broccoli and boiling it up anyway. That's what I'm used to eating, and it works great for me, but it doesn't work great for a lot of people. And I find personally that lowering down our carbs, not necessarily a ketogenic diet, though that works for some people as well, but lowering your carbs, you find that when you have your meals and you eat as much protein or veg as you want in those meals, that your calories are actually in a calorific deficit anyway. So that's why I think low carb diets work. For some people, once again, it's not for everyone. Some people prefer low fat diets, and hey, what works for you is what works for you. But there are some so-called diets out there that are not exactly diets, or so-called tips for eating healthy. You think you're eating healthy, but you're not. And one of the big examples is gluten-free. Some people have gluten-free products because they think they're eating more healthy, not knowing exactly what gluten is. We've all seen the videos on like Jimmy Kimmel and stuff, interviewing a lot of people, asking what is gluten. Those that are on a gluten-free diet, yeah, I eat gluten-free, I eat healthy. They go, what is gluten? And most of the time they don't know the answer. There was a study done where they had 63% of people in America, not the entire country, obviously, out of the people surveyed, were on a gluten-free diet because they thought it was healthy for them, when in fact it will make no difference unless you're a celiac. Then obviously you have gluten is not good for you. Gluten is actually two proteins which is usually found in barley, sometimes in oats, you find it in wheat as well, and it kind of gives that kind of gooiness to the dough in the bread. So roughly 10% of the flour used for baking has gluten in it, so it has that dough, that kind of stretchiness, that's from the gluten. You'd have a higher percentage in the bread you make, higher than 10%, slightly lower than 10% if you're making different kind of cakes and stuff. So a gluten-free product has to make up for its lack of gluten in the product to improve its texture, its flavors, and sometimes that means adding different kind of chemicals and sugars into the product, which means those that are having gluten-free products because they just think it's healthier rather than having a reaction to gluten are actually going for the more unhealthy option when they pick up the gluten-free products in some cases. So if you are sensitive to gluten, the symptoms could be such things as constipation, diarrhea, and sometimes fatigue, tiredness when you consume the gluten products. But there is no reason to totally eliminate gluten from your diet unless you have a severe gluten intolerance. So the only way of knowing if you have celiac disease is to get a blood test done and a biopsy of the small intestines. The bottom line is, if you're not sensitive to gluten, there's no reason you should be going out of your way to have gluten-free products. Apart from people going gluten-free in the new year to try and have a more healthier diet, a lot of people will try detox diets, and that's an industry that's booming right now. A lot of people are having just different kind of juices and stuff like that instead of solid food for trying to lose an extra few pounds or whatever it may be, and they think it's a little bit healthier. Unfortunately for those people, there's not much science at the moment to back up that detox diets are actually work or good for you. It goes right back to what I said at the very start of this. It goes back to, less calories coming in. So if you've less calories coming in, you are going to lose weight on these detox diets. Are they good for you? At the moment, probably not, to be honest with you, because you're missing a lot of food sources when you do go on these detox diets. And also, the term detox diet is a little bit misleading. The body detoxes for you already. So these shakes you're taking don't exactly detox the body, but you will feel like you're losing weight because you're having a lot less calories in this than you would in a normal diet. A lot of these detox diets, you're on 800 to 1200 calories a day, which is incredibly low. If you're on something like that, you're going to lose weight, but that's not really healthy or sustainable in the long term either. You could eat 800 calories of McDonald's a day. There was a guy that was on the ice cream diet, where 50% of his diet was just ice cream, but he had less calories in his diet than what he normally would have. And I think he did it for like 100 days or something like that, something ridiculous like that. He had 50% of his diet had ice cream in it, and the rest was made up of different protein shakes, different things like that. He lost weight. I think he lost something like 32 pounds or something ridiculous in those 100 days he did diet. So you're probably saying, well, great, ice cream and protein shake seems to work, I'll go on that diet. The only problem with that was he felt like absolute crap. He hated it, and at the end of it, he hated ice cream. And any diet that you take, or any diet that I go on, at the end of it, I hate ice cream. It's not a diet I want to go on, so there's something wrong there. But you need to find something that works for you long term, and you feel the health benefits as well as achieving your goals as well. So that's all this week from me. I'm hoping to elaborate on this nutrition, different diets in the next couple of weeks, so have a look out for that. I've just seen online a lot lately, more and more people are going vegan. I think this could be something where down the road a lot more people do. What are the health benefits to that? Different information on going on vegan. Something I'm really curious about that I look into at the moment. I really love a good steak, and I love my chicken as well. So I would find it very hard to go on a vegan diet. It's not for everyone again, but it'd be interesting to look into that a little bit more for you guys. So keep an eye out for that. And that's all from me, from Coach Seán. Take care.